I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the Buena Vista Township regular meeting, March 25th, 2024. We'll start with a roll call.
Mr. Krenzer? Absent. Mr. Renart?
Here.
Mrs. Testa? Here. Mr. Williams?
Here.
Mayor Ruggieri?
Here. On June 9th, 2024, notice of this meeting was mailed to the Daily Journal, the press, and duly posted in the main lobby of the municipal complex. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. I'd like to ask everyone to stand to salute the flag. John, will you lead us?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just for clarification on the announcement, it was January 9th, 2024.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. June's coming fast enough. Approval of the minutes, we have the workshop meeting for March 11th, 2024.
Need a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second?
Roll call.
Renart?
Yes.
Testa?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Ruggieri?
Yes.
Announcements, presentations, and discussions. We have two this evening. Mayor, I'd like to invite you down in front of everybody. We have two presentations, one from myself and then one that you will provide. So on behalf of myself as the fund commissioner, that's one of the hats that I wear, as well as township clerk and township administrator. Buena Vista Township for a third year in a row has won an award through our statewide joint insurance fund. This year is for the 2023 Loss Control Award, which is for overall positive results for workmen's compensation and all lines of coverage, meaning for 3 years in a row we have not had one workman's comp claim against the township or any workers that were injured. So this is a very prestigious award. I'm proud with it. We work very hard for all of our safety training. This not only includes the township, but this includes our EMS and all of our fire departments. So on behalf of myself, I'd like to present this to the township for that award.
This is this is a collective win, guys. This is really 3 years in a row of just kind of day-to-day with safety being paramount, and that's a big deal for this to encompass both public works, fire, and EMS. So hats off to everybody. Really at the end of the day, this is the bottom line. Obviously, the safer we are, the cheaper we are to insure, and that cascades down to the taxpayers. So congratulations, guys, 3 years in a row. A very big deal. Thanks. All righty, next I'm going to invite up Shay. Your time to shine. So for the 3 or 4 people collectively that don't already know, this is Shay Arts. Big deal. Last few, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month has it been almost?
About 3 weeks.
A couple weeks ago.
State champion, Buena wrestler, first in the history of the program, right? Okay, so this has been like a pretty big deal. I had a question written down that I wanted to ask you earlier in the day, and I wrote it down so I don't forget. What was going through your head going into the final match? I'm going to put you on the spot. There's only about 10 people that watch this, so don't be super nervous.
Honestly, just don't lose.
Okay.
We didn't have a state champs before me, so it kind of was like a little bit of pressure.
Okay.
So just going into it, I was like, whatever you can, just don't lose. Especially because I wrestled her before.
Okay. So you had a little bit of a track record previous? Okay, awesome. So in addition to wrestling phenom, track star, cheerleader, honor roll, congratulations. On behalf of myself, Township Committee, Buena Vista Township as a whole, congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. You're late years ahead of many of your peers, so put your blinders on and just kind of stay on that trajectory and keep kicking butt. All right? We got you a little keepsake. Put this somewhere special. I'm going to get a picture of you with you, if you don't mind.
Put him in a headlock.
So we're just starting out as a wrestling family. My son Wyatt is 5, William is 8. This is our first year. We're kind of already hooked on it. So I definitely see where the dedication comes from. It is infectious. Kind of once you get the fundamentals under your belt, it's addictive. So congratulations. Best of luck to you moving forward. All right, give it up. Congrats.
She comes from a real wrestling family, from what I understand. I thought it was a wrestler.
And number 6, that'll bring us right into the mayor's report. Mayor?
All right, a few quick updates for you guys tonight. I spoke to Superintendent Capuccio earlier today. Just wanted to give you a few quick updates as they relate to the school board as a whole. The middle school and the high school facilitated their first ever challenge days in the school district. From what I was told, these are powerful days that support emotional learning for students and staff and strengthen the connections between students and staff. I'm told this event was a success and something they want to continue with moving forward. The athletic complex at the high school is nearing completion. The gym at Milanese is nearing completion as well prior to final inspections. Cleary Safety Patrol visited the senior center last week and helped with a craft event. Spent time engaging with our local senior residents. I'm very glad to hear that our township youth is spending time with our local seniors, so I might tip my hat to them. I want to thank both township staff and our volunteers we had 2 concurrent rabies clinics, one in Richland, one in Collings Lakes. Both were extremely well attended. This event is successful every year. Do you have a rough count, kind of where we were collectively between Richland and Collings
The
Lakes?
highest we have ever been since I've been here for 10 years, and that was 225.
That one day or in total?
In total between the two clinics.
Okay.
Normally, we range about $130, $140, so
225 total?
easy.
Awesome.
Remarkable.
Yep.
So I thank everybody that takes advantage of this free service. Please continue. This is always a very successful event. I want to give quick mention to our Easter breakfast and Easter egg hunt. This was kind of a somewhat new inaugural event for us that took place the other day. We now just are at peace with the fact that when we do these Easter events, it's from a rain standpoint, from a cold standpoint, it's so hit or miss. So we set this event up this year to kind of be both an indoor or an outdoor. It was raining cats and dogs, so it did become an indoor event. Really wasn't sure what to expect when I left my house on the way to the Martin Luther King Center with the weather the way it was. The event completely exceeded expectations. I mean, you literally couldn't walk in the community center. It was floor to ceiling, wall to wall. This event was both an Easter egg hunt and a breakfast and could not have been any better attended. So I think we kind of found our format for this event, and
We sure did.
it was, I mean, we literally, like, once we started calling up tables, I mean, the breakfast line was kind of wrapped down the block. So I want to thank everybody that made this event happen. It was a lot to set up. It was a lot to break down, a lot to clean up, but it was extremely well attended. So that was that for the Easter egg hunt. And that's pretty much all I have at the moment for my report tonight. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinances for introduction, first reading, there are none. Ordinances for public hearing, second reading, there are 2. We will take them separately, starting with 142-2024, which is authorizing the sale of township-owned land.
Need a motion and a second to open to the public on 142-2024.
Motion to open to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to close.
Motion to close.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And I need a motion and a second to adopt 142-2024.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call.
Renart,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes.
Ordinance 143-2024 is ordinance to establish a cap bank for calendar year 2024.
Motion and a second on 143-2024 to open to the public.
Motion. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to close.
Motion to close.
Second.
And a motion and a second to adopt 143-2024.
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Roll call.
Renard,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes.
Public comment on current agenda items only. In order for the committee to conduct the business of the township in the most productive manner possible, meeting attendees will be given 2 minutes, all-inclusive, to comment on any agenda items without comment or question from the committee, but only on the items specified on the agenda listed for the current meeting. Please step up to the microphone at the appropriate time and state your name and address for the record. 68-24 is authorizing the payment of bills in the amount of $2,362,806.65. Of that, the school board tax for 2 months is $1,870,992. Resolution 72-24 is authorizing the acceptance of letter of resignation of Brian Johnson for the Director of Public Works. The consent agenda includes item of business which are not controversial and do not require individual discussion. A motion approving the consent agenda is moved, seconded, and voted upon as one item by the Township Committee. If any discussion is requested on a consent agenda item, it is removed from the consent agenda to the regular agenda. 69-24 is authorizing the issuance of street opening permits to South Jersey Gas. 70-24 is authorizing the public land sale or award public land sale on Canes Mill Road to John Pepiton. 71-24 is supporting New Jersey Senate Bill S. 2930 and New Jersey Assembly Bill A. 4045 for OPA reform.
Need a motion and a second to open to the public for agenda items only.
Motion to open to the public for agenda items.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to close? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Motion to close.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Need a motion and a second to pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Roll call?
Renard,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes. A motion and a second to adopt Resolution 72-24.
Motion to adopt 72-24.
Second.
Roll call?
Renard,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes. And a motion and a second to adopt consent agenda resolutions 69 through 71.
Motion to adopt 69 through 71.
Second.
Roll call?
Renard,
Yes.
Testa,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ruggieri.
Yes. Item 12, our administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. As this week comes up, next week, actually, begins April, and April begins Earth Month for Buena Vista Township. We have our Public Works drop-off, which will be open every Saturday for the month of April, starting April 6th, April 13th, April 20th, April 27th, and then back to our regular monthly drop-off, which will be May 4th. Those hours will be 8 a.m. to 12 noon, located at our Public Works yard at 430 Union Road. If you have any questions regarding drop-off or what you can drop off, please contact our Public Works Department at 856-697-2100, extension 5. I think this is a great program. It's actually paid through for a Clean Community Grant that we receive annually from the state of New Jersey. So this is, I think, a great service that we offer to each of our residents to be able to get ready for cleaning out April, which turns right into our yard sale for May. We are accepting applications for yard sale spots, which will be at Michael Debbie Park. The yard sale is scheduled for May 11th with a rain date for May 18th. They are $10 spots. Our yard sale is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you're interested, after you clean everything out for April from your house and want to sell it in May, please feel free to contact our special events office here. Again, 856-697-2100, extension 24. And we can get you set up with that. So other than that, also want to say our Mentoring Mother's Day breakfast will be held at the MLK Center. We have a great cook. Those hours, it starts at 10 a.m. So if you're looking for something to do for Mother's Day, it is a great little program that's done in the morning on that Saturday out at the MLK Center. Again, that is May 4th, starting at 10 a.m. That's all I have.
So I will piggyback on that real quick. We started this is our third year doing it this way, correct?
Yep.
So really 5 Saturdays in a row coming up. Basements, yards, attics, garages, all that stuff to little by little slowly purge. Guys, we make it so insanely easy to do it the right way. That drop-off center will take trash, oil, electronics, batteries, I mean, really just about anything. There's no excuse to ever put it on the side of the road, in the woods, on an abandoned property. So please take advantage of this. This is something that we normally do once a month. It's now 5 Saturdays in a row for Earth Month in April. So please put it on your calendar and little by little chip away at the junk. And what is left, put it in the good pile and bring your treasures to the yard sale in May. Thank you. We're going to jump over to committee reports and start with Deputy Mayor Ellen Testa.
Thank you. I just want to say about how wonderful our Easter breakfast was. It was remarkable. Quentin McClendon just does an outstanding job at everything he touches.
Someone else was there early in the morning, so modest, will never take respect. Probably made about 45 pounds of scrambled eggs. It was a collective effort.
But Quentin leads it up and just does a remarkable job. He is there for hours and days getting everything prepared for this and doesn't stop until the last thing is done. There were so many people who showed up. It was remarkable. We ended up having to put out more tables and chairs than we ever expected.
Twice.
Yeah. It was insane, and the kids and the adults that came with them had a great time, and the food that Quentin prepares is absolutely delicious. And everybody just had a great time. The rain just didn't let up. I mean, it was unbelievable. But everybody didn't care that the weather was so bad. They just had a remarkable time. They enjoyed the food and they enjoyed the Easter bunny. Remains unknown.
We almost lost to a heat stroke.
Yes. But it was great, and the fact that we did it indoors, I think, was the greatest idea ever. So, rain or shine, it went on, and we'll be doing it this way in the future. And like I said, we can't thank Quentin enough. He's always there for us, and everything that we do, he's there doing the food
And it's his birthday.
today. So, happy birthday, Quentin. And that's it. And we look forward to all the things that we'll be doing in the future.
It's our busy season coming up.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is our busy season coming up. We'll be having all of our concerts before you know it.
Yep.
So please come on out. And that's it.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Committeeman Renard, do you have anything tonight?
Nothing much. I'd just like to remind everybody to take advantage of the programs that the township has for you. The garage sale or yard sale is tremendous. I look forward to it every year. And I look forward to the concerts. And those are 2 events that you should really avail yourself of, because a lot of townships don't have them. And a lot of people come from other townships just for the concerts.
Sure do.
They do. And I think this will be a good year for the concerts. And I hope to see a lot of people there. That's about it.
Thank you, Kurt. Committeeman Williams.
Yes, I attended a couple weeks ago, the municipal officials meeting of municipalities for Atlantic County, and Committeeman Renard and I both attended that. And then on this past Friday, I attended the League of Municipalities meeting where they described all the functions of the county clerk's office. And Mary, you were there also. And then also I would like to add that Saturday was a tremendous day for us for starting this Easter egg hunt at the King Center. We were very concerned whether we were going to have enough attendance, but it was like phenomenal.
I thought there was going to be about
as
15
Alan
people
Testa
there,
said.
and there was about 215 people.
And we also had some giveaways from the Municipal Drug Alliance and the Environmental Commission, so we did that and then handed out markers and a coloring pages for the bags. And yeah, that was tremendous. And as Alan said, Quentin did an outstanding job. He was very organized, and he had everything rolling, and Lisa and the staff took care of the eggs and the Easter Bunny.
Well, yes, it was a
did a
free
great job.
breakfast, and
Yes.
you had about 10 stations. You had scrambled eggs, bacon,
Pancakes.
sausage, turkey sausage, biscuits, pancakes, multiple juices, yogurts. I mean, it really was.
Yogurts, fruit,
Easter cookies,
frozen fruit.
fresh fruit. So, I mean, it really was. It was like a nicer breakfast than you would get staying at a hotel for a free event. So, again, I can't thank them enough for the work that went into that event, specifically to Director McClendon.
And a couple of the residents thanked us for having this
Oh, yeah.
this year, so it was nice.
Awesome.
And it was good for people that didn't have anything to do because the rain was so horrendous that
Yeah.
that
It was the only
we
thing
got a
going.
great turnout. And that's it.
Thank you, John. We're going to jump over to item 14, public comment.
The committee welcomes participation of interested organizations and individuals during regular caucus, workshop, and special meetings. However, in order to conduct the business of the township in the most productive manner possible, attendees will be given 4 minutes, all-inclusive, including all dialogue, questions, and responses from both the speaker and the committee for the designated public portion of the meeting. There may be no transference of a speaker's time to other attendees, so please step up to the microphone at the appropriate time and state your name and address for the record.
We need a motion and a second to open to the public.
Motion is open to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can you flip the microphone around? Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dorothy Manera, and I'm here on behalf of my mom, Rainita Schaefer, who lives on Main Avenue in Richland. I was here, I think, a few months back, along with my brother. And I just wanted to see, I also sent an email this morning to Lisa Tilton and several others with New Jersey DEP and the Pinelands Commission to find out if anything has been done or there's any movement with regard to Mr. Zebulon Adair, who is residing on the property adjacent to my mom. I know there were some violations or summons issued to him.
So the township issued 2 summons to court. We had 1 court date in which the individual requested to have an attorney present, so it was postponed until today. I sat in court for over 2 hours waiting for the individual to appear. He did not appear. So the judge issued a notice to appear, failure to appear warning. That will be going back out to Mr. Adair to appear in court. The DEP, as well as the Pinelands, visited the property. The Pinelands has issued a notice of violation against the property owner and requested that he vacate the property and restore the property back to its original condition. I'm aware that that individual is still proceeding with improvements to the property without any permits or approvals, and in defiance of township and/or DEP regulations. They are aware of that as well. But at this point, we're just going through the course of the legal action to be able to hopefully rectify the situation.
Okay, and I would just like to have it on the record that I don't know if you've been having communications with state police or anyone else, but as I mentioned in my email, Mr. Adair has represented himself as a sovereign citizen. That is an extremist group that is anti-government. I can tell you that when he got that notice, it was like, you know, he's not paying any attention to it. He continues to gather stuff up, and improvements, I would not call them improvements to the property at all.
Modifications.
No,
I
it's
guess,
a wreck.
loosely,
It's trash. It's trashy. It's having an effect on the value of my mother's property, not to mention there are a lot of activity in and out of there. He has bought an additional bus, so there are 2 buses there now. He's got them positioned in the property. Basically, I believe he is fortifying his position, and that might seem a little far-fetched to you all, but I see it every day. My brother is living on the property, and I'm just letting you know that this is something that will likely turn into some type of a situation at some point in time. So I believe the proper law enforcement officials should be informed about the activity that's going on there. There have been individuals there at night. I'm not really sure what his deal is, but it's not normal.
Have
I-
you contacted the state police?
No, I have not.
Okay.
They've been there numerous times. My brother has
Okay.
contacted them for various things that have occurred. So,
I think we just collectively need to continue to just document. I've been in contact with Senator Moriarty's office about this. I've also been in contact with Sheriff Joe O'Donoghue about this as well, to just kind of make this universally known. I mean, there are probably collectively now 7 or 8 agencies involved with this.
I understand that, and it's
we're-
been
we're
going on
just still-
since before Thanksgiving.
I
Sorry to
know, and
interrupt you.
we're still kind of in like the paperwork phase, and obviously this guy has no interest in responding to anything, administrative paperwork wise. I'm gonna, I guess, defer this to Matt. At what step with any of these, whether it's Board of Health, whether it's DEP, Pinelands, the Township, the Sheriff's Department, the State Police, at what point does this kind of, with, and I don't know if how great of detail we can go into that.
Yeah,
Become
I mean-
more actionable.
Well, the criminal proceedings eventually are going to be handled regardless of the failure to appear. You can't really predetermine the outcome, but the defiance at some point will be met with appropriate response from the appropriate agencies.
And those law enforcement folks that are responding to that, they need to be aware of this, because this is not just your general run-of-the-mill person.
But I
So-
mean, are you contacting the state police as you continue to be fearful being next to the property at any time that he is doing something?
Yeah,
Because
my-
you would
my
be that
brother's
immediate
called-
response to it.
He's called numerous times, but I don't think they're aware of everything that's going on there.
Okay.
I think to Lisa's point, I think it means more coming from you than it does
As the
from
neighbor,
us.
Okay.
absolutely.
You
need to contact them.
Suggestion, please, that whenever you see something going on, you must notify the state police.
Oh, they have been.
Yeah.
My brother has called them numerous times. They've been out there many times.
Okay,
They've been out there many
and
times.
also call the Sheriff's Department in Atlanta County as well now. So that this way, they are also aware of what is going on. You've got to make them aware of each and every thing that happens.
Anytime that the state police have come out, they always tell me it's a civil matter. I gotta take it up with you here. Every
Well,
time.
you can sign a summons against him directly on your own, through court, through anything above and beyond what we can enforce. If you feel fearful, if he's harassing you, if he's, encroaching in on your property, those are things we cannot, as a municipality, enforce. So
He's the type of guy that I really don't want to push his buttons, okay? But at the same time, I keep an eye on him because he's 100 feet away from our windows, like 11 or 12 windows of the whole house. He's right there in our face. He set his whole thing up like that. And it is a compound. He surrounds himself with a fence, then he surrounded himself with buses. When they come out of their door to play, the kids, they're in the pen with the sheep, the pigs, the chickens.
It's a terrible environment. It's
His
terrible.
children are very well behaved, but they do everything the dad tells them, which is the problem.
Yeah.
Uh,
Have you tried the Sheriff's Department as well?
No, just the state police. And we had a major thing the other
Sheriff's
night,
aware.
and they came out, and they were really, it took them way too long to get to the door. And what it was is, a strange car pulled in. Nobody was there all day at their camper. A strange car pulled in, went all the way around the back. I've never seen the car. Person got out, and nobody I've ever recognized. They went to the camper, they stood there for a minute, and then opened the door, they went in there, they turned lights on. They were in there for 5 minutes, they turned the lights out, but they never came out. And I didn't know, maybe if the kids were in there, sometimes the children are there.
Right.
So I called the state police. There are 6 or 7 state police came out, and it took them, they lit the whole yard up. The guy never came out. They surrounded the place, they couldn't get in because there's gates that they have to go through, and they have to go into a pen where there are sheep. And so finally, when they got to there, they did get in there, they went to the door, and he had to bang on the door before the guy opened the door, and it was Zebulon there. But it didn't look like that to me. It was a car, different outfit.
Right.
And the Zebulon there is missing an arm. Okay,
Oh.
this is left arm, and this person had 2 arms. And anytime Evan there wears anything long sleeve, they're always cut off. And because when we talked in the beginning, that's like he likes to wear it. He don't like to have his sleeve cut in one knot or have it dangling and all that. He's a very serious problem,
I understand.
really. I don't know what man in this room could handle it as long as I have. And it's right, he's right there. Like, and this,
I get the idea.
Yeah.
But I also, at this point, would call the Atlantic County Sheriff and make them aware of the situation.
Okay, thank you all, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
I'm really sorry you have to live through this.
We're trying to just kind of get through this as expeditiously as possible, kind of going through, you know, the iterations that we're required to go through.
Julie Akers, if I could just ask one other thing for the,
Sorry, Julie, I just need you on microphone.
I'm sorry,
That's
Julie
okay.
Akers, Newtonville. Just one follow-up, Lisa, if he did not show up for Zoom court today and then gets issued, what happens next?
He'll
How
be
much time?
issued a notice for another court date. One has not yet been determined. If he does not appear at that one, we've already put a request in for a bench warrant to be issued as well as a cease and desist. The judge at this point did not request a bench warrant. We did request one for today. She did not provide that. She just issued a failure to appear. So I will be waiting another court date and then pushing again for, if he does not show up, a bench warrant to be issued.
Okay, so that is an action that just only you can take since you filed? the-
Correct.
Okay.
That's
you
correct.
said-
Yep.
Okay, thank
But
you.
I did request that for today. I requested a bench warrant and a cease and desist.
Because I know I've heard things where sometimes if somebody doesn't show up, then they can just keep putting it off and putting it off. and
Right.
putting it
At
off.
some point, it's going to turn in, sorry, it's going to turn into a bench warrant by the judge for him to be picked up probably by the sheriff's office.
Things are returning more to normal during the COVID situation. The extensions were very freely
Okay,
granted.
But it still is all via Zoom, correct?
Correct.
Okay, is it open to the public? Just
I
curious. mean,
can't say yes, only because they monitor who comes in and out for defendants, and you get pushed into rooms, and there's only enough room for individuals who are required to appear in court. But I would suggest contacting Hamilton Court and asking if there's a way to just publicly view. You're not going to be able to participate or
No,
speak.
I understand that.
But you would have to contact them, but there's only so much room, and then they kick you to different rooms, so
Okay. Well, that's why we'll keep asking you.
that's okay.
Keep calling you
You
and
can
asking.
keep, I know, I'm sorry, and I was in court this
No, I
morning
know
when you
that,
called.
so-
I sat there for over 2 hours.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Julie.
Good evening. I'm Charles Allen Gilch, 737 Main Avenue. I live there with my mother. The first thing I'd like to say is, this whole situation would really be bad if I didn't live there with her and she lived there by herself at 86 years old. The man would have been in the house and probably been living there by now. That's just the type of person we're dealing with. Yesterday, just yesterday alone, and I'm going to get off this whole thing, he bought 44 tires and put them on the property in a thing. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but his plans are to build an Earthship.
Earthship?
Like, really, it's a serious matter. It gets me going. I don't know what to do. I do have just a couple of pictures on a whole different note, like good pictures if you just want to look at them.
Yeah, I have, did you
These
drop
are
off
nothing about-
pictures
these are
today?
nothing- These are nothing like that.
Oh,
These are
okay.
the- These is the
I would like
land
to
that
see.
is protected and wetlands and the pinelands protected, and this is what you're protected for. Some pictures that I have here that I think you'll all appreciate. And it's nice that they have this in Buena Vista Township, that you can actually witness that there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Earthship that he talked about is literally something that you make with recycled tires and other materials that generally, I think, when people construct them, they're in the desert, not in a wet area. I don't think he's gonna have much luck, but that's what he's moving towards.
I'll ask for a motion in a second to close to the public.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There is no executive session this evening, Mayor?
Item 16, we have a motion and a second to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.